Hey guys, welcome to the Paddle and Fin Dubro booth. This is John Rapp, and I'm here with the great Adam Milstead.
What's up, guys?
Hey man, glad. Thank you for taking a few moments out of your time to come down and talk to us. We appreciate it. Uh, let's run through a little bit about who you are,
Okay.
and which is silly because if the great blooded hunting sports loving people of the world don't know who you are, then I'm ashamed of them. But yeah, man. Let's run through a little bit about who you are
All right.
and how you transitioned.
Okay.
I know. I mean, you're not done
Right.
as we talked about yesterday,
Mhm.
but how you've transitioned and moved from one sport to another.
Yeah, this is so for those of you who don't know, my name's Adam Milstead. I used to fight professionally as a UFC fighter, well, mixed martial artist, but I was contracted through the UFC for about the last 3 years of my career. And I had trained probably and fought professionally before then another 10 years. So I've got
Yeah.
a lot of fights underneath my belt. But I'll tell you one thing, anytime I was fighting, the one thing that I always kept consistent in my life was having some peace, because you got to have some peace whenever you're dealing with getting punched in the face quite a
Amen.
lot, you know.
Amen.
But so one of those things was going out and fish, and really got into kayak fishing, really started doing that. And then a friend of mine really turned me on to like competitive kayak fishing. I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So I was like, heck, let's try it out. And I tried a few, I loved it. But long story short, 2018, my career came to an end. Wasn't really due to an injury, but it was just due to the simple fact that it's a tough business. I mean,
Right.
you're getting punched in the face. It's that sucks.
By big, strong, healthy people.
Yes, right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm I was starting to get on the wrong side of 30 then, and I was like, you know what? I'm not making a ton of money at it. Let's put it down. Let's relax a little bit and enjoy, try to enjoy the rest of my life, without going to surgeries and stuff like that. So,
Healing,
anyways,
healing bruises that take 2 or 3 weeks to heal.
absolutely. Well, I was telling you, my last fight, even though technically I didn't get injured, I went in for a CAT scan because it's just like a normal thing
Yeah.
UFC does. They took me in, and they found I had a lacerated liver, and it was just like that was a nail in a coffin for me. I was like, I'm all right. I'm absolutely positive this is my last fight because it's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, I got out of it, and I said, you know what? Let's try this kayak fishing stuff. I love it. I used to fish since I was like 4 years old. I grew up on the Chesapeake Bay, and I was fishing for striper, I was fishing for flounder, sea trout, all that stuff. And then I really started liking bass fishing because there was something different than just going out and throwing some squid or bloodworm on the bottom,
Yeah.
and I like that. It's like you can utilize different colors and different patterns and all this and try to entice the fish to hit with, during this weather condition. It was interesting.
So do you feel like that the time, the training, and the preparation from the old sport, from the time, the preparation, and everything that you have to do to be competitive in kayak fishing, does it help you because of the
Absolutely.
discipline?
Absolutely. I will say, especially in mixed martial arts, like you have to be patient, and it can be at being patient for your shot. Like in the cage when you're fighting somebody, you got to be patient. You got to just kind of roll with the punches, so to speak, and find your shot and being able to tag your opponent. Then it gets a little bit more into it, like waiting for your shot for the big time. That was the hardest thing for me. Was when I was going through everything, I knew I could be in the UFC, but it obviously took somebody else beyond who you are to give you that opportunity. And finally, Joe Silva ended up hitting me up one day, and we signed a contract at UFC. It was one of the best days of my life.
Amen. Yeah,
And
had to be.
but again, being patient, because I'll tell you something. There were quite a few times during that time period before the UFC where I said, "This is it. I'm done. I'm done," because I had just gone through another knee surgery, and I could have I could have laid down. I could have just walked away, but for some unknown reason, it still felt like I had an opportunity. I was like, man, let me just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying, and sure enough, it happens. And so that mentality being pushed over into fishing has helped me a ton. I mean, you're talking about just going hours and hours without a bite and trying to figure out, man, I could just quit, I could just stop, but then you keep pushing, and all of a sudden, fish turn on, or you find the right pattern, or whatever it may be. And it's all that kind of builds together.
Yeah.
Like everything you do in life is a training session. You have to look at that. Whatever it is that you want to get into next, just utilize what you learn from there. Try to make as little less mistakes. And
I could see that because, in your profession, you're taking and absorbing shots because you're trying to set him up for what you've seen and studied on film,
right,
so you can wait for him to do that one thing, drop a shoulder, drop a guard, so you can knock his ass out.
right.
So in the same way here, when you transition that over into the bass world, now you're studying techniques, watching guys learning how to read sonar,
Yeah.
grass, all the experts out there on different fishing techniques, and then you apply that when you're out on the water.
Yeah.
Same as you would apply that in the ring.
Absolutely. I mean, it's you have to do your homework on everything. Well,
Study your opponent, right?
You can either, in MMA, if you don't do your homework, you get your ass kicked by your opponent. In bass fishing, if you don't do your homework, you get your ass kicked by your opponent.
Always.
Bass, yeah, right. So,
yeah.
But it's interesting how this life, how you can take something so physical and something, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's just something completely different, and transpose all that into the fishing realm of things.
Yeah.
And it works. It still works.
Yeah.
It's the key to success is being patient, it's hard work, do your homework, do your research, and just,
And then execute.
Right.
Hey, man, so for everybody out there that's watching, run through a little bit about who you've accumulated as sponsors in your fishing world, so we can give them some love and shout out.
Oh, I appreciate it.
As well as tell them where they can watch you and find you if they want to go back and look at some of your old battles, or if they want to go check out some of your new battles, your fishing best catches, your personal bests. I saw here, I mean, you've already been busy on the tournament scene this year. You've fished some of the 3 major trails.
Yeah.
You got 25 fish on the board for this year. You got a nice resume. You got a win already.
It's not bad. I again, being patient, man. I mean, this year has been really tough. I don't know why. I don't know if there's something on my hands that's getting on the bait or something, but I don't know. But yeah, this whole sort of, getting out there in the national scene, it's a whole new ball game when you're talking about going up against guys. Like, it was the same thing with the UFC. I told myself, like, hey, I can compete with those people, and I went out and did it.
You
did. It's the same thing here with the Tourney X, getting out there fishing and competing against the best in the world. And it's at times it's a humbling experience, but it's still awesome. And then, of course, it feels great whenever you get your win or you get your top 10, top 3. But
that's always my goal. Is if there's 100 folks in the fishing industry, I want to be in the top 15, top 20.
Yeah.
Because if I'm in the top 10 and I collect a check, hey, awesome.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go home thinking I can compete with the top 20.
Absolutely.
But hey, guys, light heavyweight for about 6 years undefeated. Go back and take a look at him. He was a monster, and he still is. I feel really small next to this beast of a man. But great fisherman, great fighter, respect.
Thank you.
Hey, your socials, man.
Yeah. You guys can follow me at Adam Milstead on Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me at Straight Yak. That's my complete all kayak fishing channel on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Want to give a big shout out to Native Watercraft. I'm here with them here today. We'll be in the booth. You guys want to come out and check out the brand new Native Titan X. And then, of course, Boss Bass Rods, 412 Baits, Scared Fishless Baits.
Yeah, 412.
Yep, Fishing Online. And then
Big John.
And then a new one, Z Pro.
Z Pro, baby.
Z Pro. So I'm really excited about that, man. And I'm looking forward to this, like just seeing where we can go. But if you guys want to hit me up, let me know. I'm as humble as they come. You guys want to hit me up and ask me a question, talk to me, whatever, please do. I enjoy connecting with everybody, all walks of life. So,
And I can tell you that is the truth, because big star like that, lowly old Paw like me, he comes over and puts his arm around me and talks to me just like we were bestest friends. He's a great guy, so very humble. I'm going to really enjoy getting to know you
yeah,
and just fishing with you. Only 3 hours apart, so awesome, man. Enjoy your new digs up in the new part of the world that you're at. I
yeah.
wish you nothing but success.
Thank you very much.
All right, this is John Rapp from the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network with my boy Adam. We are out of here. Be blessed, stay safe, and always wear your PFD.